Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime channel. Katakuri is a very important character within the work of One Piece. He is responsible for making Luffy evolve his haki even further, and showing that there are very powerful pirates where Luffy would have to become even stronger to be able to defeat them. With these new events happening in the world of One Piece, it is very likely that Katakuri will still have a big role in the final saga, possibly becoming an ally of the Straw Hats. In today's video, we will talk about this possible alliance between Katakuri and Luffy, and the reasons that could make this former antagonist become a very important ally for the Straw Hats. Before we dive into the video, don't forget to smash that like button, give us a thumbs up to unlock your Devil Fruit powers, and hit that subscribe button to awaken. Now, let's jump into the video. Guys, during the big event on Tato Island, Katakuri emerged as a formidable obstacle to Monkey D. Luffy's plans, imposing himself as an imposing figure in an attempt to contain Straw Hat's efforts so that Big Mom could defeat her enemies. However, what initially appeared to be just another confrontation between enemies turned into a complex narrative of mutual respect and rivalry between two adversaries destined to face each other. Katakuri, feared for his strength and unique abilities, did not underestimate Luffy. Although he initially believed in overwhelming superiority over his opponent, Katakuri began to develop genuine respect for Luffy upon witnessing the young pirate's determination and skill. The confrontation between them, which was initially marked by an arrogant attitude on Katakuri's part, evolved into an intense battle and, surprisingly, into an exchange of compliments. Katakuri's respect for Luffy grew as the fight unfolded. He recognized Luffy's skillful dodging and even commented on how Luffy managed to surpass his younger brother Cracker. The relationship between them transcended a mere rivalry, transforming into a mutual search for overcoming. Katakuri, despite his position as an antagonist, wished to defeat Luffy in an honorable manner, rejecting outside interference and seeking a fair fight. A pivotal moment in the evolution of this relationship occurred when Katakuri's mask of perfection was broken. When interrupted during his snack time, he revealed a more human and vulnerable side. Luffy's response to this unexpected exposure led to a noticeable change in Katakuri's behavior. His determination to quickly end the fight intensified, while his respect for Luffy continued to grow. At the end of the battle, after Katakuri's defeat by Luffy, the antagonist stood up briefly to exchange final words. Here, Katakuri's respect for Luffy was evident when, despite his defeat, he wished his opponent good luck on his journey to defeat Big Mom and become the Pirate King. This final gesture not only attested to the mutual respect between them, but also highlighted Katakuri's understanding of Luffy's exceptional potential. Even in the midst of fierce rivalry and on the battlefield, the relationship between Katakuri and Luffy transcends the enmity they once had, revealing a story of mutual respect between two adversaries destined to face each other in the future. This confrontation became something very striking part within the history of One Piece, making the relationship between Katakuri and Luffy one of the most striking and complex aspects in this epic saga. The great respect that Katakuri has for Luffy is not only a reflection of his physical strength, but also of the unusual resilience and determination that the young pirate displayed during the confrontation. As the battle raged in the mirror world, Katakuri could not ignore Luffy's remarkable ability to adapt and evolve quickly, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. As Luffy sought to surpass his own limits, Katakuri watched with fascination and, surprisingly, respect. Luffy's attitude during the fight, his refusal to give up, and his ability to find weaknesses in Katakuri's strategies, even if momentarily, captivated the admiration of Big Mom's crew commander. The breaking of Katakuri's mask of perfection also contributed to the complexity of this mutual respect. When Luffy exposed the peculiarities of Katakuri's behavior during his snack time, revealing a previously hidden appearance, the sweet commander did not shy away from the truth. Instead, he accepted the revelation with a mixture of regret and renewed determination. Katakuri's attitude during the fight wasn't just about defeating Luffy, it was a search for challenges that would make him grow as a warrior. The inability to underestimate Luffy led to a unique rivalry where both combatants were willing to rise above expectations. This unique dynamic added depth to the story, showing that even in the midst of battle, it is possible to find mutual respect between seemingly opposing adversaries. At the end of the fight, when Katakuri acknowledged defeat, his final words to Luffy expressed not only respect, but also a sincere wish for success in his journey. Katakuri, despite being defeated, saw in Luffy an extraordinary potential, something that went beyond the borders of enmity, giving indications that he may appear in the future in the work after the sentence, questioning whether Luffy would return to Tato Island to face Big Mom. Katakuri demonstrated throughout his intense battle with Monkey D. Luffy a deep understanding of the weight that a a pirate confrontation carries with it. The pirate world, with its relentless quest for power, wealth, and reputation, is a dangerous terrain where life is always at stake. Katakuri, as a veteran in this universe, realized that each confrontation is more than a simple territorial dispute. It is an arena where survival is achieved at the cost of personal overcoming and understanding one's own limitations and those of the enemy. The battle against Luffy was not just a quest for supremacy, but a confrontation that could take the life of either combatant at any moment, a fight that would cost their lives. Katakuri, by engaging deeply with his opponent, recognized that the risk of death was a constant in the world of pirates. Every move, every strategy, carried the possibility of a fatal outcome. This understanding not only shaped the intensity of the fight, but also influenced Katakuri's attitude towards his opponent. In the heat of combat, he not only appreciated Luffy's bravery, but also understood that the life of a pirate is a journey marked by difficult choices and lethal challenges. Katakuri's expression of respect for Luffy was not only based on combat skill, but also on a mutual appreciation of the weight they both bear as pirates determined to achieve their goals. At the end of the fight, when Katakuri wished Luffy good luck on his journey to become Pirate King, his words carried the wisdom of someone who fully understands the value of life in a world where death is often a constant companion. Katakuri's trajectory during his battle against Luffy not only revealed his skill as a warrior, but also highlighted his deep understanding of the weight that a pirate fight carries, where the danger of losing one's life is a constant shadow hanging over every audacious move. In this context, the respect that Katakuri developed for Luffy was not only a tribute to the young captain's courage, but also a mutual admiration for the fact that they were both willing to risk everything in pursuit of their goals. Katakuri's desire to face Luffy fairly, rejecting any outside intervention, was an affirmation of his understanding of the true meaning of a pirate battle. Contrary to expectations, Katakuri does not harbor a desire for revenge against the Straw Hats, especially against Monkey D. Luffy because of the events that happened in Wano. Aware that Luffy was not responsible for taking his mother's life during the events on Onigashima, Katakuri understands that Luffy was not responsible for causing Big Mom's death, even though he was involved, which means that there is a possibility of an unexpected union between these two pirate crews. Considering that Luffy and his companions are not truly responsible for Linlin's fall, Katakuri could recognize the importance of joining forces to face greater threats that are looming large in this final saga. The growing instability and unusual union between Kaido and Big Mom during the battle on Onigashima indicate that the pirate world is about to enter a new era of challenges and unexpected alliances. Thus, Katakuri, with his remarkable wisdom and vision beyond appearances, could become a key element in building an alliance between the Straw Hats and the Big Mom pirates. An alliance between them could be forged not only out of common interests, but also out of a mutual understanding that the true threats to the pirate order lie beyond past rivalries. In this scenario, differences could be put aside in favor of a greater objective, transforming old disputes into an unlikely alliance. The saga of the Straw Hats and the Big Mom pirates could thus evolve into a narrative of cooperation and overcoming, defying expectations, and establishing a new paradigm in the pirate world. Amid the complexities of the pirate world, unlikely alliances can emerge when objectives converge towards a common enemy. In the post-Egghead scenario, an unexpected alliance could form between these two notable individuals in the world of One Piece. Both shared not only the experience of having their loved ones captured by none other than Marshall D. Teach, aka Blackbeard, but also the burning desire to defeat this formidable enemy. For Katakuri, the motivation lay in the capture of his sister, Pudding, by the Blackbeard pirates. The city of Chocolate was frozen, and the chaos created by Teach affected not only Pudding's life, but also her brother's lives. Family is an intrinsic part of Katakuri's life, and Blackbeard's attack would not be forgotten. On the other hand, Luffy carried with him the weight of the past, the painful memory of the capture and subsequent surrender of Portgas D. Ace to the Navy by Blackbeard. Teach's direct responsibility for Ace's death became an unbearable burden for Luffy, fueling his desire for revenge. Furthermore, the capture of Kobe, a close friend, and even Monkey D. Garp, Luffy's grandfather, solidified Blackbeard as an enemy who affected not only Luffy's life, but also those of his loved ones. These familial and personal ties created a common bond for Katakuri and Luffy, pushing them to overcome their past differences in pursuit of a shared goal, defeating Blackbeard and freeing their loved ones. The flame of revenge burns brightly in their hearts, uniting them in an alliance that transcends past rivalries, motivating them to come together just to be able to take Teach's life and stop him from causing even more problems for them and their loved ones. By teaming up, Katakuri and Luffy not only sought justice for their comrades and family, but also intended to challenge Blackbeard's claims and stop him from continuing to wreak havoc on the pirate world. The combined strength of two remarkable combatants, each driven by their own personal quest, would create a powerful and formidable alliance. Thus, the history of the Great Age of Pirates would witness a surprising turn of events where two protagonists of ancient rivalries found common cause. The journey towards Blackbeard's defeat would become an arc of many fights and a major conflict forming, causing global change with the end of this intense combat. The alliance between Monkey D. Luffy and Charlotte Katakuri, forged by their shared determination to defeat Marshall D. Teach, would reveal a unique and powerful collaboration in the Great Pirate Age. Blackbeard's actions are continually setting off a series of events that have profoundly affected both of their lives. The threat posed by Blackbeard goes beyond personal rivalries, becoming a challenge that transcends the differences between Luffy and Katakuri. United by the shared desire to free their loved ones from Teach's merciless clutches, the two captains would find a common reason that could unite them to defeat this powerful enemy that is threatening them. The power of this alliance lay in the union of Luffy and Katakuri's incredible abilities. Luffy, with his ability to stretch his limbs through the power of the Gomu Gomu no Mi, provides unique agility and unpredictability in combat, in addition to his new power obtained with the awakening of his fruit and the use of his advanced haki. On the other hand, Katakuri, known for his ability to see the future through haki, offered strategic acumen and formidable combat power, in addition to possessing an extremely powerful devil fruit known as Mochi Mochi no Mi, allowing him to have abilities similar to Luffy's. Together, they formed a synergy capable of challenging Blackbeard's forces, enabling an even higher percentage of victory against this powerful enemy possessing two extremely strong devil fruits. If Luffy and Katakuri unite against Blackbeard, the Great Age of Pirates will witness a major change in history. The Great Age of Pirates will witness a major change in history, a complete turnaround for the events that will follow this great confrontation against Teach, possibly the fall of yet another Yonkou. An intriguing possibility that could happen is that of just Charlotte Katakuri joining forces with the Straw Hats in pursuit of a common goal, the defeat of Marshall D. Teach and his fearsome crew. Because of the recent attack on Tato Island caused by Blackbeard's pirates, it is possible that Katakuri's brothers are still injured and exhausted, leaving only Katakuri to be responsible for facing Teach together with the Straw Hats so that victory can be achieved. More likely to happen, their burning desire to defeat Teach and prevent him from becoming even stronger to conquer the world could be something that will make them unite in order to defeat a powerful common enemy. For Katakuri, whose sister Pudding was captured by the Blackbeard pirates, the prospect of joining the Straw Hats represents not only a quest for revenge, but also an opportunity to rescue his family and protect what's left of his honor. The flame of determination burns brightly in his heart, and the possibility of forming a strategic alliance with the Straw Hats to confront Blackbeard seems increasingly plausible. On the side of the Straw Hats, led by Monkey D. Luffy, the quest for revenge against Blackbeard is a narrative that resonates deeply. Blackbeard's capture and surrender of Portgas D. Ace to the Marines left Luffy irreparably emotionally scarred, making him an adversary fiercely determined to overthrow Teach. In addition to also being on a quest to save his grandfather, who was recently kidnapped by Teach, giving an even greater reason for Luffy to go after a powerful ally like Katakuri, to fight against Teach, thus rescuing Garp and defeating Teach once and for all. The prospect of an alliance with Katakuri, whose motivations are driven by similar circumstances, represents a unique strategic opportunity to strengthen their forces against a common enemy. Collaboration between these two remarkable pirates, each bringing their unique skills to battle, could create a formidable force capable of challenging the imminent threats of the pirate world. As the plot unfolds and the intertwined destinies of Katakuri and the Straw Hats become more evident, the possibility of an epic alliance against Blackbeard gains strength, promising exciting twists and turns and unpredictable challenges in the already complex web of relationships in the world of pirates. The addition of Charlotte Katakuri to the Straw Hats crew would represent a significant and strategic shift in the Straw Hats dynamics, making them have to rely on Katakuri, who was once their enemy, who has unexpectedly become their ally. Katakuri's presence would not only add a formidable force to the Straw Hats' side, but he would also bring with him unique skills and perspective that could allowing them to have an even more effective strategy against Blackbeard's pirates. In terms of combat skills, Katakuri is widely recognized as one of the most powerful fighters members of the Charlotte lineage, standing out for his mastery of advanced haki techniques and the materialization of his mochi nomi fruit, using it as if it were a logia. Because of your awakening, his ability to turn body parts into mochi, along with his exceptional strength and agility, would provide a formidable addition to the Straw Hat's arsenal in any confrontation. In addition to his battle prowess, Katakuri's resilient and sometimes contemplative personality could offer valuable perspective within the crew. His experience as commander of one of the most powerful crews in the world of One Piece would bring with him a unique understanding of the political dynamics and tactics of the pirate world. Katakuri could play a crucial role in making strategic decisions, providing valuable tips, and contributing to the development of the crew as a whole. The inclusion of Katakuri would also open up space for interesting developments in the relationship between Katakuri and the Straw Hats, making them increasingly closer and perhaps even friends in the future. The interaction between Katakuri and other crew members, each with their own distinct personality, could result in comical moments, mutual learning, and a strengthening of the bonds between the characters. Katakuri's importance in the Straw Hat crew lies not only in his formidable presence in battle, but also in the wealth he could add to the crew as a strategic figure and mentor. His inclusion would symbolize an alliance not only of strength, but also of wisdom and resilience, consolidating the crew as a united force, prepared to face the challenges that the Great Age of Pirates still holds. Another interesting possibility would be the union of Charlotte Katakuri, along with her brothers from the Charlotte family, with the Straw Hats, causing these two crews to cooperate together in order to achieve the same purpose, which would be to defeat Teach and his crew. This collaboration between these two powerful crews would form a great union that would threaten even the Sakai Seifu and the Navy because of the powerful pirates that inhabit the crew. The reason for this alliance would emerge from the shared experiences and wounds inflicted by the Blackbeard pirates on the Charlotte family. Both Katakuri and his brothers witnessed Blackbeard's cruel actions, from the capture of Pudding to the attack on Chocolate. The injustices suffered by the Charlotte family, coupled with the personal motivations of Luffy and his crew, would pave the way for a partnership that transcends past rivalries, uniting now as a great overwhelming force. Both crews have extremely powerful pirates that would even present a great threat to Teach and his crew, being forces in which they are capable of subduing even the strongest pirates in the world of One Piece. The synergy between the abilities of both crews would create a combined force capable of facing the imminent challenges that the journey against Blackbeard would present. The dynamics between the members of the two crews would be interesting to see, as they were mortal enemies, but now they are allies fighting towards a common goal. Interactions between Luffy and Katakuri, as well as between the Straw Hats and the Charlotte family siblings, could lead to moments of growth, understanding, and perhaps even humor, as cultural and individual differences are explored. The alliance between the Straw Hats and the Charlotte family would not only strengthen the resistance against Blackbeard, but could also represent a symbolic milestone in the narrative of the Great Age of Pirates. The union of such different crews, motivated by a common enemy, would highlight the ability to overcome formidable challenges through collaboration and collective strength. This possibility would not only bring an unexpected dimension to the narrative, but would also highlight the pirate world's ability to reinvent itself in the face of threats, joining unlikely forces in search of a more promising and challenging future. The union of the Yonko crews would bring with them a formidable power and a combination of abilities that could alter the balance of forces in the Great Pirate Age as a whole. The synergy between these two crews would represent a force of epic proportions, capable of rivaling the greatest challenges the pirate world has ever witnessed, possibly becoming one of the most powerful unions in this universe. In terms of combat skills, the union of these crews would bring together some of the most powerful pirates in the world. The Charlotte family is known for being a former Yonko crew, which makes them recognized worldwide for their great strength and above-standard skills. The Straw Hats represent the same value, being a current crew of a Yonko. Its members are extremely powerful and are constantly managing to acquire an incredibly high reward, surprising even Sakai Seifu and the Navy. Combining crews would also open up space for the Straw Hats and the Charlotte family to bring a variety of fighting styles and abilities, creating a diverse arsenal that could adapt to different battle scenarios. The importance of this union would go beyond raw power, as it would represent a clear message to the other Yonko and rival factions in the pirate world. The emergence of such a powerful coalition could challenge established alliances and redefine power dynamics in the quest for the title of Pirate King. This union, led by Luffy and Katakuri, would not only consolidate an alliance of extraordinary forces, but also usher in a new era in the Great Pirate Age, where collaboration and collective determination would become a force that that the entire world would recognize. Another theory that many fans constantly theorize about is the possibility of Katakuri rising to the leadership of the Big Mom Pirates, and, in a surprising move, joining the Straw Hat Grand Fleet led by Monkey D. Luffy. This unusual alliance could transform the landscape of the pirate world, bringing together two forces previously considered rivals under a single flag, making the Straw Hat Grand Fleet an even greater force that would really be capable of shaking the power structure. Katakuri's rise to the position of leader of the Big Mom Pirates would be a response to the inevitable changes occurring in the pirate world. His experience as a commander and his high skill with Haki and his Devil Fruit, which highlighted him as one of the most powerful figures under Big Mom's rule, would place him in a natural leadership position. By joining forces with the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, Katakuri would bring with him not only his exceptional combat prowess, but also a unique perspective on the political dynamics and challenges facing the Yonko, especially considering his former allegiance to Big Mom. His strategic leadership combined with Luffy's unwavering audacity would create a powerful coalition capable of rivaling the greatest threats the pirate world has to offer. The union of these two forces would bring an incredible variety of abilities to the alliance. Katakuri and his brothers, with astonishing abilities, would join the varied members of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, each bringing unique abilities and extraordinary powers. Collaboration between Katakuri and the Straw Hats could create innovative combat strategies and unpredictable tactics, defying expectations and surpassing even the most formidable opponents. Luffy and Katakuri's combined leadership would not only symbolize a new era of cooperation between crews once considered enemies, but it would also send a powerful message to the pirate world. This alliance would not just be limited to challenging other Yonko, but could also influence global dynamics, encouraging other crews to reconsider their alliances and enmities. This extraordinary possibility reveals the pirate world's ability to reinvent itself, adapt to change, and find strength in collaboration with other powerful pirates. The union of the Big Mom Pirates and the Straw Hat Grand Fleet would open a new chapter in the Great Age of Pirates, where unlikely alliances are forged, monumental challenges are faced, and the destiny of the pirate world is shaped by those who dare to transcend the odds. Expectations. The incorporation of Charlotte Katakuri and her brothers into the Straw Hat Grand Fleet would not only add raw power and exceptional skills to the alliance, but would also represent a unique union of forces and perspectives in the complex landscape of the Great Pirate Age. In terms of combat skills, the union of Katakuri's crew will allow the Straw Hat Grand Fleet to become even more powerful to face the great battles that are beginning in One Piece. Luffy could even use the Grand Fleet to face powerful enemies like the Yonkos, who are presenting a major global threat, especially for the plans of Luffy and his crew. The importance of these additions would not only be limited to increasing the Straw Hat's military strength, but also expanding the crew's vision and experience, adding extremely competent pirates who have a great deal of knowledge about this vast world of One Piece. The union of such diverse forces would symbolize the pirate world's ability to transcend differences, build unlikely alliances, and face monumental challenges with collective strength. Thus, the great importance of Katakuri and his brothers in the Straw Hat Grand Fleet would not only be in the contribution of their skills, but in creating a narrative that highlights diversity, collaboration, and resilience as fundamental pillars in the journey towards the top from the Great Age of Pirates. Finally, one last possibility in which this possible union could happen would be through an irony of fate, in which Luffy and Katakuri could unite in this great confrontation against Teach. The One Piece universe is known for its unpredictable events and completely unexpected encounters, and Katakuri and Luffy's situation would be no exception to these major events that are happening in this final saga. Both motivated by the quest to defeat Teach and his notorious pirates who faithfully follow him may find themselves inevitably drawn to the same battlefield, each following a different route to the point of convergence. The scene would be monumental. Two powerful crews, one a Yonko and the other a former Yonko, each leading their own formidable crew, suddenly finding themselves amidst the chaos of an epic battle against the Blackbeard pirates. Their mutual need to defeat Blackbeard could unexpectedly bring them together to fight together to defeat Teach and his pirates. Making them temporarily ally in the confrontation against Teach, they only managed to complete their missions and also managed to rescue their loved ones. The initial clash between Katakuri and Luffy could quickly turn into a sudden alliance when they both realize that, despite their differences, they have a common enemy to face. The narrative of this meeting could further explore the respectful relationship between Luffy and Katakuri, as well as exploring more about what the fate fate of the Charlotte family could be now that Big Mom has lost her life and they are no longer a Yonko crew. At the end of this unexpected union, Katakuri and Luffy could not only emerge victorious against Blackbeard, but also forge an alliance that transcends past rivalries. This possibility, full of twists and surprises, highlights the unpredictability of the world of One Piece and the character's ability to adapt to changes and find strength in the unexpected alliances that shape the course of the Great Pirate Era. The unexpected encounter between Charlotte Katakuri and Monkey D. Luffy amid the chaos of the battle against the Blackbeard pirates would become a dramatic turning point in the Great Age of Pirates, as they find themselves joining forces. As circumstances force them to join forces, their interactions throughout the battle would reveal fascinating nuances of their personalities and lay the foundation for an unlikely alliance. In the heat of battle, Katakuri and Luffy, initially adversaries, would have to overcome their past differences and rivalries to face the common threat that Blackbeard represented. Luffy's resilience and Katakuri's strategy could create a unique synergy, as both have a devil fruit with very similar abilities, causing a very interesting fight to watch. Also showing that, despite this great rivalry, they still have the ability to come together to achieve similar goals. The convergence of their combat skills would also be an impressive spectacle. Katakuri, with his mastery of advanced hockey techniques and the ability to transform body parts into mochi, would complement Luffy's elastic versatility perfectly. The combination of their forces would result in a formidable force capable of facing the challenges posed by the Blackbeard pirates, forming fights we never thought could happen. As the battle unfolded, the two captains could share glimpses into their motivations, life stories, and the deeper reasons that led them to this pivotal moment. These moments of mutual understanding and respect would further reinforce the respect between these two incredible characters. At the end of the battle, victory over Blackbeard would serve as a strong pillar for the lasting alliance between Katakuri and Luffy. The shared experience of overcoming such a formidable enemy would strengthen the bonds between them, creating a mutual understanding that would transcend past rivalries. This alliance between Katakuri and Luffy would not only alter the balance of power in the Great Age of Pirates, but it would also send a powerful message to the world about the great change that is about to happen. Regardless of how fate leads them, it seems increasingly likely that Monkey D. Luffy and Charlotte Katakuri, two powerful pirates of renown, will end up joining forces at some point to face the powerful enemy that is Marshall D. Teach, leader of the Blackbeard pirates. The parallels between Luffy and Katakuri's motivations, although initially obscured by their differences, become more evident as the characters' individual narratives develop. Both are driven by a fervent desire to protect their respective crews, and, more deeply, by a thirst for justice that transcends past rivalries. This intense narrative suggests that Luffy and Katakuri's destinies are intertwined in ways that go beyond simple antagonism. Circumstances, challenges, and, perhaps, the unpredictable course of destiny will lead them to a point of convergence where the mutual need to defeat a common enemy will become undeniable. The possibility of Luffy and Katakuri forming a strategic alliance, combining each other's unique abilities and distinct combat styles, appears as a viable means of facing the threat posed by Blackbeard. The union of these two formidable captains would not only consolidate an incredible force, but would also represent a narrative of overcoming, growth, and adaptation in the dynamic context of the pirate world. Luffy and Katakuri's distinct combat styles would intertwine in a symphony of coordinated movements, exploiting the elastic versatility of Luffy's Gear 5 in conjunction with Katakuri's unique abilities to transform body parts into mochi. Strategy and raw power would be expertly blended, representing not just a union of forces, but a synergistic collaboration between two of the most formidable pirates on the seas. Throughout this joint journey, Luffy and Katakuri would be challenged to transcend not only the differences in their methods, but also to overcome personal conflicts and mutual distrust. This overcoming experience would not only strengthen the alliance, but also shape the characters in unexpected ways, creating a bond that goes beyond their initial rivalries. Constant adaptation would be a constant in the Luffy-Katakuri alliance. Facing Blackbeard's cunning and unpredictable tactics would require a flexibility that both captains would have to cultivate together. Luffy's ability to find creative solutions and Katakuri's ability to anticipate future moves would be the necessary assets to overcome the obstacles that would present themselves. The story of Luffy and Katakuri facing Blackbeard's challenge together would become an epic event that would shake the entire pirate world of One Piece. The pirate world would witness not just an alliance of convenience, but a brotherhood brotherhood forged in battle, where two unlikely captains would find mutual respect and a deeper understanding of each other's complexity. And so, as Luffy and Katakuri's alliance unfolded in the quest to defeat Blackbeard, they would leave a lasting mark on the history of the seas. A narrative that reflects not only the unifying power of friendship, but also the incredible ability of pirates to adapt, evolve, and defy expectations as they sail the tumultuous seas. That's a wrap for today's content. We hope you enjoyed it and want to share your thoughts on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and catch you in the next video. Take care and stay awesome.